Emotional connection comes before physical touch because human desire does not begin in the body. It begins in the mind and heart. A man may notice physical beauty quickly, but lasting attraction grows when he feels understood and accepted. When he senses that someone truly sees him, not just how he looks or what he owns, something deeper opens inside him. Emotional safety allows him to relax. When he relaxes, he becomes more present. When he is present, he can feel more. Physical touch without emotional connection can feel empty or temporary, but touch that comes after emotional bonding feels meaningful and powerful. True desire begins with understanding. Every person carries thoughts, fears, dreams, and past experiences. A man may not always speak openly about these things, but he still wants someone who tries to understand him. When a partner listens carefully to what he says, remembers small details, and asks thoughtful questions, he feels important. He feels that his inner world matters. This feeling creates closeness. It builds trust. Trust is the foundation of emotional intimacy. Without trust, attraction can fade quickly. With trust, attraction grows stronger over time. Deep listening builds attraction because it shows care. Listening is more than staying quiet while someone speaks. Deep listening means paying attention with full focus. It means putting the phone away, making eye contact, and responding with interest. When a man talks about his day, his challenges, or his goals, and the person with him listens without interrupting or judging, he feels respected. He feels supported. This support makes him want to open up more. The more he opens up, the deeper the emotional bond becomes. That bond naturally increases desire. When a man feels understood, he feels safe. Emotional safety means he does not fear being mocked, rejected, or criticized for being vulnerable. Many men grow up believing they must always be strong and hide their feelings. Because of this, they may not easily show sadness, fear, or doubt. If they meet someone who welcomes their honesty without judgment, it feels rare and special. This emotional acceptance creates a strong connection. It allows him to lower his guard. When his guard is down, affection feels more natural and sincere. Appreciation and admiration increase his confidence. Every person wants to feel valued. When a partner notices his efforts, his hard work, his kindness, or his strengths, he feels proud. Simple words like, "I'm proud of you," "I admire how you handled that," or "I appreciate what you did for us," can have a deep effect. Appreciation tells him that his actions matter. It reassures him that he is seen and respected. Confidence grows when someone feels valued, and confidence makes him more emotionally open and physically affectionate. Confidence plays a big role in desire. When a man feels confident in himself and in the relationship, he feels secure. Insecurity can block intimacy. If he feels criticized all the time, he may withdraw emotionally. But when he feels admired and respected, he feels stronger and more connected. He becomes more expressive, he smiles more, he touches more gently and with more intention. His physical gestures become warmer because they come from a place of emotional fulfillment. Emotional intimacy strengthens physical chemistry. Chemistry is not only about hormones or physical attraction, it is also about emotional energy between two people. When two people share laughter, secrets, dreams, and struggles, they create a private world together. That shared world builds excitement. A simple touch on the hand can feel electric when there is deep emotional closeness. Without emotional intimacy, even strong physical attraction may fade. But with emotional intimacy, even small gestures can feel intense and meaningful. When a man feels valued, even the smallest touch becomes powerful. A gentle hand on his shoulder, a soft hug after a long day, or fingers brushing against his hand, can create warmth throughout his body. The power of that touch does not come from the action itself, It comes from the emotional meaning behind it. If he knows he is loved and respected, that small touch confirms the connection. It reminds him that he is not alone. It strengthens the bond. Respect is another key part of emotional connection. Respect means honoring his opinions even when there is disagreement. It means speaking kindly, especially during conflict. It means believing in his abilities. When respect exists, emotional intimacy grows easily. Without respect, attraction slowly weakens. A man who feels constantly criticized may feel distant, but a man who feels respected will feel closer and more loving. Communication helps build this connection. Honest conversations about feelings, needs, and boundaries create clarity. When both partners share openly, misunderstandings decrease. Emotional closeness increases when both people feel heard. This closeness builds desire because it removes fear. Fear blocks intimacy. Safety allows intimacy to grow. When he feels safe, he feels free to express affection. Small daily moments build strong emotional bonds. Sharing meals, talking before bed, laughing about simple things, and supporting each other during stress all create connection. These ordinary moments become the foundation of extraordinary intimacy. Emotional connection is not built only during romantic dates or big gestures. It is built every day in simple interactions. Over time, these small acts of care create deep trust. Patience is important. Emotional intimacy does not always grow quickly. Some men need time to feel comfortable sharing deeply. Pressuring him to open up may cause him to close off. But gentle encouragement, kindness, and consistent care create space for him to speak. When he sees that his feelings are welcomed, he will slowly share more. Each shared thought deepens the bond. Empathy also strengthens emotional connection. Empathy means trying to understand how he feels, even if you would react differently. When he feels stressed, offering comfort instead of criticism helps him feel supported. When he feels proud of an achievement, celebrating with him increases his joy. Sharing both pain and happiness creates unity. Unity strengthens attraction. Emotional connection also includes physical presence. Sitting close, maintaining eye contact, and showing warmth in body language communicate care. Even before touch happens, the way two people look at each other can create desire. A warm smile, a gentle tone of voice, and genuine interest all build anticipation. Emotional signals prepare the heart for physical closeness. Trust grows over time through consistency. Keeping promises, being honest, and showing reliability creates security. When he trusts that you will not hurt or betray him, he feels more comfortable expressing affection. Trust removes anxiety. Without anxiety, the body can relax. Relaxation allows physical chemistry to flow naturally. Gratitude strengthens emotional bonds. When both partners express gratitude for each other, the relationship feels positive. Positivity increases attraction. Negative environments reduce desire. But when appreciation is common, the relationship feels light and safe. Safety and positivity encourage closeness. Shared experiences also deepen connection. Trying new activities together, traveling, learning something new, or facing challenges as a team create memories. These shared memories build emotional depth. When he thinks about those experiences, he associates you with joy and support. This association increases desire because he feels emotionally attached. Vulnerability is powerful. When a man shares something personal and it is received with kindness, trust grows. Vulnerability requires courage. If his vulnerability is ignored or mocked, he may close his heart. But if it is welcomed, he feels deeply connected. This connection makes physical intimacy more meaningful because it reflects emotional openness. Physical Touch becomes powerful when it confirms emotional closeness. A hug after a deep conversation feels different from a casual hug. A kiss after sharing feelings feels more intense. The body responds strongly when the heart feels safe. Emotional connection prepares the body to experience touch more fully. Kindness. In daily life, increases attraction. Small acts like bringing his favorite snack, sending a supportive message, or asking about his day show care. These actions may seem simple, but they communicate love. When he feels consistently cared for, he naturally feels more affectionate. Conflict handled with maturity also strengthens connection. Disagreements are normal. But when conflicts are resolved with calm discussion instead of insults, trust remains strong. A man who knows that problems can be solved peacefully feels more secure. Security supports intimacy. Loyalty builds emotional strength in a relationship. Knowing that both partners are committed creates stability. Stability reduces fear. Reduced. Fear increases desire. Emotional calmness allows passion to grow naturally. Encouragement helps him pursue his goals. Supporting his ambitions shows belief in him. When he feels supported in his dreams, he connects that positive energy with the relationship. He feels that you are part of his success. This shared journey deepens love and attraction. Time together is essential. Busy lives can create distance. Spending quality time talking and connecting keeps emotional intimacy alive. Without time, connection weakens. With time, it strengthens. Gentle affection outside of intimate moments keeps desire alive. Holding hands in public, hugging before leaving home, or smiling warmly maintain emotional warmth. These gestures remind him of the bond even during ordinary days. Emotional connection also requires self-awareness. Understanding your own feelings helps you communicate better. Clear communication reduces confusion. Clarity supports trust. Forgiveness plays a role as well. Everyone makes mistakes. When forgiveness is given sincerely, resentment decreases. Resentment blocks intimacy. Forgiveness restores closeness. When emotional intimacy is strong, physical chemistry feels effortless. There is no need to force attraction. It flows naturally. The body responds to emotional warmth. Touch feels deeper because it carries meaning. In summary, emotional connection comes before physical touch because the heart leads the body. When a man feels understood, respected, appreciated, and safe, his desire grows naturally. Deep listening builds attraction by showing genuine care. Appreciation and admiration increase his confidence and openness. Emotional intimacy strengthens physical chemistry by creating trust and unity. When he feels valued, even the smallest touch becomes powerful because it represents love, acceptance, and connection. The power of gentle and intentional touch begins with understanding that touch is not about force or pressure. It is about meaning. It is about the feeling behind the action. Many people think touch must be strong or bold to create desire, but often the opposite is true. A soft, careful touch can create more emotion than something intense or sudden. When touch is gentle, it allows the other person to feel safe and aware. It gives space for anticipation. It shows confidence and control. Gentle touch speaks quietly, but its message can be powerful. Touch communicates without words. Before someone says, "I care about you," or "I feel close to you," their touch may already express those feelings. The body understands signals that words cannot fully explain. A light touch on the arm during conversation can create a small spark of awareness. It draws attention to the connection between two people. It is not loud or dramatic. It is simple and natural. Yet it can change the energy in the moment. That brief contact can make both people more aware of each other's presence. Intention is what makes touch meaningful. If someone touches without thinking, the action may feel empty or careless. But when touch is slow and deliberate, it carries purpose. Intentional touch shows that the person is present. It shows they are aware of the moment and choosing to connect. This awareness builds attraction because it feels real. People respond strongly to actions that feel genuine. A gentle touch with clear intention can feel warmer than many words. A light touch during conversation creates awareness because it breaks the invisible space between two people. Personal space is important, but when someone respectfully enters that space with a soft touch, it creates connection. It signals interest. It says, "I am here with you." The key is that it must feel natural. If the touch feels forced or rushed, it can create discomfort. But when it flows naturally with the conversation, it feels easy and welcome. Slow, confident movements build anticipation. Fast or nervous movements can feel uncertain. Slow movements show calmness. They show self-control. Confidence is attractive because it creates security. When someone moves slowly and gently, it allows the other person to feel each second. Anticipation grows in those quiet seconds. Anticipation is powerful because it engages the imagination. The mind begins to wonder what will happen next. This curiosity increases desire. Gentle touch also builds trust. Trust grows when actions feel respectful and patient. When someone does not rush or pressure, it shows care. Care creates comfort. Comfort allows the body to relax. When the body is relaxed, it becomes more sensitive to small sensations. A soft touch on the hand or shoulder can feel stronger when the person feels safe. Safety and comfort make gentle touch more meaningful. Eye contact combined with touch deepens intensity because it connects both emotional and physical signals. Eye contact alone can create strong feelings. It shows attention and presence. When touch is added at the same time, the connection becomes layered. The eyes communicate emotion, while the touch communicates physical awareness. Together, they create a stronger moment. The person feels seen and felt at the same time. Subtlety is the key to powerful touch. Subtle touch leaves room for imagination. It does not overwhelm the senses. It invites curiosity instead of demanding attention. Curiosity is important in attraction. When someone feels curious, they want to explore more. They want to understand the feeling. A gentle brush of fingers against the arm can create more curiosity than a tight grip. The softness makes the other person more aware of their own reactions. Intentional touch shows emotional intelligence. It means the person is aware of timing, mood, and comfort. Touch must match the moment. During laughter, a soft touch on the shoulder can enhance joy. During a serious conversation, a gentle touch on the hand can show support. Matching touch to emotion makes it meaningful. When touch fits the situation, it feels sincere and natural. The power of gentle touch also comes from contrast. When most interactions are verbal, a sudden but soft physical connection stands out. It changes the rhythm of the moment. That change creates awareness. Awareness makes people more present. When people are present, they feel more deeply. Confidence is important in intentional touch. Confidence does not mean dominance or force. It means being calm and secure in your actions. A confident person does not rush. They move with patience. Their touch is steady, not shaky. This steadiness communicates strength. Strength combined with gentleness creates a balanced energy that many people find attractive. Touch awakens the senses. The skin is sensitive. Even a light contact can create warmth. But the emotional meaning behind the touch decides how strong the feeling will be. When someone feels emotionally connected, even a small touch can feel powerful. When emotional connection is missing, stronger touch may feel empty. This shows again that intention matters more than pressure. Gentle touch can also create a sense of exclusivity. When someone touches you softly and intentionally, it can feel personal. It feels different from casual contact with strangers. That difference makes the moment special. Special moments are remembered. Memory strengthens attraction over time. Anticipation grows when touch is not constant. If someone touches too often without purpose, it can lose meaning. But when touch is used carefully and sparingly, it becomes more powerful. The other person begins to notice when it happens. They become more sensitive to it. The mind starts to expect it. This expectation builds excitement. Eye contact strengthens this effect because it creates emotional transparency. When two people hold eye contact, they share a silent understanding. Adding a gentle touch during that moment connects emotion with sensation. The experience feels deeper because it engages multiple senses at once. Patience is part of intentional touch. Rushing can reduce intensity. Slow movements allow both people to adjust and respond. It creates a rhythm. That rhythm builds tension in a positive way. Tension here does not mean stress. It means a growing awareness and excitement. Subtle touch can also show reassurance. A gentle squeeze of the hand can say, "I am here." A soft touch on the back can guide someone kindly through a crowd. These actions build comfort and closeness. Over time, repeated gentle touches create familiarity. Familiarity builds trust. Trust supports desire. The body often reacts before the mind fully understands why. A light touch can cause a small increase in heartbeat. It can create warmth or a smile. These small reactions build emotional memory. The brain connects the person with positive feelings. This connection increases attraction naturally. Intentional touch requires awareness of boundaries. Respect is essential. Touch should always feel welcome. When it is mutual and comfortable, it strengthens connection. When it ignores boundaries, it creates distance. True confidence includes respect for the other person's comfort. Gentle touch also communicates calm leadership. It shows that the person is not desperate or anxious. Desperation can weaken attraction. Calmness strengthens it. When someone is calm, their touch feels steady and controlled. This steadiness builds security. The power of subtlety cannot be overstated. Subtle gestures feel authentic. Large dramatic actions may feel performative, but small, meaningful gestures feel real. Real moments create real connection. Connection builds desire. Over time, gentle and intentional touch can deepen a relationship. It becomes a shared language. A certain look combined with a soft touch can communicate more than long conversations. This silent communication builds intimacy. When touch feels natural and meaningful, it awakens curiosity. Curiosity leads to attention. Attention leads to emotional investment. Emotional investment strengthens attraction. All of this begins with something simple: a gentle, intentional touch. In simple words, touch is powerful not because it is strong, but because it is thoughtful. A light touch on the arm during conversation creates awareness. Slow, confident movements build anticipation. Eye contact combined with touch deepens intensity. The key is subtlety. When touch feels natural, respectful, and meaningful, it awakens curiosity and desire in a calm and lasting way. Understanding his love language is important because every man feels love in a different way. Not all men respond to the same gestures. What makes one man feel deeply connected may not have the same effect on another. Some men feel most loved through physical touch. Others feel loved through kind words, support, helpful actions, or quality time together. When you understand how he experiences love, your efforts become more meaningful. Instead of guessing, you connect with him in the way that touches his heart the most. Every person has emotional needs. These needs are shaped by personality, childhood, Experiences, past relationships, and personal values. A man may not always clearly explain what makes him feel loved, but his reactions often show it. For example, if he lights up when you hug him or hold his hand, physical touch may be very important to him. If he smiles deeply when you praise him or send a thoughtful message, affirming words may matter more to him. Paying attention to these small reactions helps you understand his love language. Physical touch may be his primary love language. If this is true, gentle contact means more than it may seem. Holding hands, hugging, sitting close, or resting your head on his shoulder can make him feel secure and connected. For a man who values touch, physical closeness is not only about attraction. It is about comfort. It is about reassurance. It tells him he is wanted and accepted. When physical touch is given with warmth and intention, it can strengthen his emotional bond. However, physical touch becomes even more powerful when it is combined with other forms of love. Affirming words can make touch more impactful. If you hug him and also say, "I appreciate you," the experience becomes deeper. Words give meaning to the touch. They explain the emotion behind the action. When he hears kind and sincere words, his confidence grows. He feels respected. He feels valued not just for what he does, but for who he is. Some men respond strongly to encouragement. Support and encouragement enhance emotional attraction because they show belief in him. When you stand by him during challenges, listen to his worries and celebrate his successes, he feels understood. Emotional support builds trust. Trust creates safety. Safety allows love and desire to grow naturally. A man who feels supported is more likely to open his heart. When his heart is open, physical intimacy becomes more meaningful. Understanding his love language requires observation and communication. You can learn by noticing what he gives to others. Often, people show love in the way they prefer to receive it. If he often compliments you, he may value affirming words. If he often hugs you or sits close, physical touch may be important to him. If he helps you with tasks or fixes things for you, acts of service may be how he expresses care. These clues reveal what matters most to him. When you respond in his love language, he feels deeply understood. Feeling understood creates emotional intimacy. Emotional intimacy strengthens attraction. If physical touch is his main love language, your gentle and intentional touch will have a stronger effect because it speaks directly to his heart. If words are his love language, adding sincere compliments will increase his emotional connection. The key is alignment. When your actions match his emotional needs, the relationship feels harmonious. Affirming words are powerful because they shape how he sees himself. Simple sentences like, "I believe in you," "You handled that well," or "I'm proud of you," can stay in his mind for a long time. These words build confidence. Confidence makes him feel strong and secure. When he feels secure, he becomes more open and affectionate. Words can prepare his heart so that physical touch feels even more intense and meaningful. Support during difficult times is especially important. When he faces stress at work or personal struggles, standing beside him without judgment creates deep loyalty. You do not always need to solve his problems. Sometimes listening is enough. Listening shows care. Care builds closeness. When he feels emotionally supported, he connects those feelings with you. This connection strengthens desire because he associates you with comfort and stability. Acts of care also matter. Small gestures, like preparing his favorite meal, checking if he arrived home safely, or remembering something important to him, show attention. Attention makes him feel important. Feeling important builds emotional warmth. Emotional warmth increases physical chemistry. When love is expressed consistently in the way he understands, even simple touch becomes unforgettable. Quality time may also be part of his love language. Spending focused time together without distractions strengthens bonds. When you give him your full attention, he feels prioritized. This feeling increases his emotional investment. Emotional investment makes physical affection more powerful because it comes from a place of shared experience. Patience is necessary while learning his love language. Sometimes men are not fully aware of their own emotional needs. Gentle conversations can help. Asking simple questions like, "What makes you feel most loved?" can open understanding. Creating a safe space for honest discussion shows maturity and care. When you know how he feels loved, your touch becomes more effective and memorable because it connects with his deepest emotional needs. For example, if he values words of affirmation, saying something kind before touching his hand makes the moment richer. If he values physical touch, holding him during conversations strengthens connection. If he values support, touching his shoulder while encouraging him makes him feel powerful and safe at the same time. Emotional attraction grows when love languages are respected. Misunderstandings happen when people express love in ways that do not match their partner's needs. For example, you may give many compliments, but if he mainly values physical touch, he may still feel distant. This does not mean love is missing. It means the language is different. Learning his language removes confusion and builds harmony. Consistency is also important. Love should not feel unpredictable. Regular expressions of love in his preferred language create stability. Stability builds trust. Trust strengthens both emotional and physical closeness. Respect plays a big role in understanding his love language. Respecting his preferences shows that you care about his individuality. It tells him that his feelings matter. When a man feels respected, his emotional walls lower. Lower walls allow deeper connection. In simple terms, every man is different. Some crave physical affection, some respond more to kind words, some feel loved through support and helpful actions. When you understand his love language, your efforts become more powerful. Physical touch may be his primary love language, but affirming words can make that touch stronger. Support and encouragement enhance emotional attraction by building trust and safety. Knowing how he feels loved makes your touch more effective and memorable because it connects directly to his heart. Building anticipation instead of rushing is one of the most powerful ways to create lasting desire because desire grows slowly in the mind and heart, not instantly through force or constant attention. When someone takes the time to pace interactions, it allows curiosity and excitement to develop naturally. Rushing a connection can reduce its intensity. It can make moments feel ordinary or even stressful. But when actions are intentional and deliberate, each small gesture becomes meaningful. Anticipation gives the mind something to focus on, something to imagine, and something to look forward to. This mental and emotional engagement is the foundation of desire. Desire is not just physical, it starts in the imagination and the emotions. When anticipation is present, the mind begins to replay memories, imagine future interactions, and connect emotionally with the other person even when they are apart. This process strengthens attraction more effectively than constant attention or immediate gratification. Slow pacing creates excitement because it allows each moment to unfold naturally. When interactions are measured and intentional, the other person has time to notice and appreciate subtle signals. A smile, a glance, a gentle hand movement, or a kind word gains significance when it is not rushed. Slow pacing builds rhythm in a relationship, a rhythm that can create tension in a positive and playful way. This tension is not stress, but a form of suspense that engages the imagination. When people anticipate what will happen next, their emotional and physical responses become more intense. The feeling of waiting for something special heightens the pleasure when the moment finally arrives. Without patience, desire can feel fleeting. With patience, each moment carries weight and becomes memorable. Playful gestures are a key tool for building anticipation. Humor, teasing, or small surprises keep interactions lively and engaging. Playfulness sparks imagination because it invites the mind to explore possibilities. When someone lightly teases, playfully touches, or creates little unexpected moments, it makes the connection dynamic. These small moments often linger in memory longer than grand gestures because they feel intimate and personal. Playful behavior also reduces pressure. It makes the other person feel comfortable and relaxed. When people are relaxed, they are more open to emotional connection and attraction. Playfulness encourages curiosity. Curiosity makes someone want to know more, to be closer, and to experience more moments together. Brief touches can be more powerful than constant contact because they create moments that stand out. If touch is constant, it can become ordinary and lose impact. A quick brush of the hand, a soft touch on the arm, or a momentary hug can be memorable precisely because it is brief. Brief touches also give space for imagination. When a touch ends, the mind often lingers on the feeling, replaying it and imagining what it could mean. This mental replay strengthens desire. Desire grows when there is space to think about the connection, when there is room for imagination and longing. Constant contact may satisfy physical presence but can dull emotional intensity. Brief, intentional touches keep emotional and physical chemistry alive. Mystery plays a strong role in anticipation. Not everything should be revealed at once. When some details are left to discovery, the mind becomes engaged. Mystery creates curiosity, and curiosity creates longing. Longing is a powerful driver of attraction because it keeps the mind and heart focused on the other person. People naturally want what they cannot fully have immediately. When actions are measured and not rushed, desire continues to build over time. Immediacy can provide quick satisfaction but often lacks depth. Longing that grows with patience creates stronger and more lasting connection. Patience is essential in both emotional and physical intimacy. Rushing can lead to tension, anxiety, or discomfort. Taking time demonstrates respect and care. It shows that the other person's comfort and feelings matter. Patience also allows emotional bonds to strengthen naturally. Emotional connection makes anticipation more meaningful because the mind and heart are already engaged. When desire is built slowly, each interaction feels richer. Each touch, each glance, and each shared laugh becomes more significant because it is part of a rhythm that has been nurtured over time. Small rituals and consistent pacing help maintain anticipation. This can include light touches during conversation, delayed responses that are still warm and engaging, or moments of playful teasing that are followed by meaningful attention. These moments are small but accumulate over time to create a deep sense of connection. The brain begins to associate these actions with pleasure and excitement. Desire becomes embedded in memory and reinforced through repeated positive experiences. Over time, this slow buildup can create a sense of inevitability, where closeness and intimacy feel natural and deeply satisfying. Anticipation also strengthens emotional connection. When desire is built over time, there is more opportunity for conversation, laughter, shared experiences, and understanding. Emotional intimacy and anticipation feed each other. Emotional closeness makes the moments of connection more meaningful. When someone feels understood, appreciated, and valued, the anticipation of spending time together or sharing physical closeness becomes more intense. This combination of emotional investment and slow, intentional pacing creates stronger desire than immediate gratification alone. Imagination plays a central role in anticipation. The human mind enjoys filling gaps, predicting outcomes, and replaying pleasurable experiences. When interactions are slow and thoughtful, the mind engages in imagining future moments of closeness. This mental activity reinforces attraction. It also allows desire to grow even in the absence of physical presence. The longing created by imagination strengthens the emotional and physical bond. Every small moment counts in building anticipation. A shared laugh, a brief touch, a meaningful glance, or a small act of care adds layers to attraction. Each moment, carefully paced and thoughtfully executed, creates a chain of desire that grows naturally. Over time, these small moments accumulate into a deep emotional and physical connection. This connection feels richer than any rushed encounter could. In simple words, building anticipation instead of rushing means understanding that desire grows slowly in the mind and heart. Slow pacing creates excitement because it allows each moment to be noticed and appreciated. Playful gestures spark imagination and curiosity. Brief touches can be more powerful than constant contact because they create memorable moments. Mystery and patience intensify longing more than immediacy. When anticipation is built intentionally, desire becomes stronger, emotional connection deepens, and every gesture and touch feels meaningful, creating a lasting and satisfying attraction. Confidence and authentic energy are at the core of attraction, because desire is influenced not just by physical touch, but by the energy behind it. Confidence is magnetic because it communicates self-assurance, security, and comfort in one's own skin. When someone is confident, their actions feel natural and others notice immediately. This is especially true in intimate interactions. Touch that comes from confidence is not awkward or forced. It flows naturally because the person giving it feels comfortable and sure of themselves. Confidence signals that you respect both yourself and the other person. It creates an environment where emotional connection can grow, where physical touch feels safe, and where desire can develop naturally. Genuine energy, being authentic and present, amplifies this effect. People can sense when affection is sincere versus performed. Authenticity draws others in because it feels real, warm, and trustworthy. When affection is genuine, it does not require dramatic gestures or pressure to be powerful. The simple act of being present and attentive becomes intensely attractive. Being comfortable in your own skin enhances attraction because it shows emotional stability. A person who accepts themselves, including their strengths and imperfections, radiates a calm confidence that others find appealing. This self-acceptance allows one to interact without insecurity, judgment, or pretense. Physical touch delivered from this space of comfort is felt as reassuring rather than controlling. For example, a gentle hand on a shoulder or a light touch on the arm during conversation carries weight because it comes from a place of self-assured presence. Confidence also reduces anxiety in the interaction. When both people feel at ease, touch becomes more meaningful and desire grows naturally. In contrast, forced or nervous touch can create tension and discomfort, reducing its impact. Authentic energy is more than confidence. It is being fully present and aware in the moment. When a person focuses on the other, giving attention without distraction, their energy communicates interest, care, and intention. Physical gestures, combined with this authentic energy, are far more compelling than any mechanical or habitual actions. Touch becomes a form of communication, not just a physical act. It conveys reassurance, warmth, and desire because it is backed by true emotion. A hug, a caress, or a brush of the hand feels more intimate and memorable when it is intentional and authentic. This kind of energy is contagious. It encourages the other person to feel similarly engaged and open. Confidence also builds trust. When someone is self-assured, they appear reliable, secure, and capable of handling emotions without overreacting. Trust allows emotional vulnerability, which in turn deepens physical intimacy. When a man feels that the energy behind touch is genuine, he is more likely to relax, open up, and respond positively. The combination of confidence and authentic energy strengthens both emotional and physical attraction simultaneously. It shows that desire is not about manipulation or performance. It is about connection, presence, and respect. Self-assurance also affects nonverbal communication, which is crucial in building attraction. Confident body language, such as relaxed posture, steady eye contact, and calm movements, enhances the impact of touch. When touch aligns with confident nonverbal cues, it feels natural and magnetic. Conversely, if someone is tense, hesitant, or uncertain, touch can feel awkward or uncomfortable. Confidence ensures that gestures are smooth, deliberate, and meaningful, which increases the emotional and physical resonance of each interaction. Genuine affection is more attractive than forced seduction because it comes without pressure. Desire grows when attention, touch, and affection feel freely given rather than demanded or coerced. Forced gestures, no matter how skilled, often create subtle tension that can be sensed immediately. Authentic energy, on the other hand, is inviting. It encourages curiosity and engagement without demanding it. People are drawn to warmth, openness, and sincerity. When touch is combined with authentic confidence, it awakens both emotional connection and physical chemistry. Confidence also allows for patience, which enhances desire. A self-assured person understands that connection takes time and that anticipation increases attraction. They do not rush interactions or try to force intimacy. Instead, they move with intention, allowing the other person to feel the meaning behind every touch and gesture. This patience, combined with genuine energy, creates a strong sense of emotional security and safety. Safety, in turn, allows both people to be more open, vulnerable, and responsive to physical intimacy. Being comfortable in your own skin also encourages playfulness, which further strengthens attraction. Confident individuals can tease, joke, or engage in lighthearted moments without fear of rejection. This playful energy makes interactions dynamic and engaging. Touch in these moments, such as a gentle nudge, a playful brush of the hand, or a soft touch during laughter, feels spontaneous and natural. Playful gestures paired with authentic confidence stimulate curiosity, excitement, and desire because they create moments of shared joy and emotional connection. The intention behind touch is just as important as the touch itself. When touch is motivated by genuine care, desire, or affection, it carries energy that can be felt. Conversely, if touch is performed mechanically, without thought or feeling, it rarely has impact. Men, like all people, sense whether gestures are sincere or forced. Touch backed by confident, authentic energy signals, emotional safety, and respect, making every movement more memorable. Even simple touches, like holding hands, a brief hug, or a brush on the arm, can become powerful experiences when they carry intention and presence. Emotional awareness enhances the impact of confident energy. Knowing when to initiate touch, when to give space, and how to read the other person's responses ensures that gestures are received positively. This sensitivity, combined with self-assured energy, amplifies attraction because it shows attentiveness, empathy, and understanding. Physical touch becomes an expression of connection, not just desire, and the emotional resonance strengthens the bond. Over time, confidence and authentic energy build a foundation for lasting intimacy. Men are not drawn merely to physical touch, but to the feelings it represents. Confidence ensures that touch is delivered with security and calmness. Authentic energy ensures that touch communicates genuine care and desire. Together, these qualities create an experience that is memorable, emotionally engaging, and deeply attractive. In simple words, confidence and authentic energy make touch meaningful and magnetic. Confidence allows gestures to feel natural and self-assured. Being comfortable in your own skin enhances attraction because it creates calmness and security. Genuine affection is more attractive than forced attempts at seduction. Intentional, Authentic touch communicates care and interest in a way that words alone cannot. A man responds not just to the touch itself, but to the energy and intention behind it. When confidence and authenticity are present, every touch becomes memorable, emotionally rich, and irresistibly attractive.